Mr. Holton Buggs talked about the mindset. Mr. Edwin Haynes talked about the value of creating a list. Today, I want to talk to you all about inviting. Now, many of you all know that I've been involved in this industry for a very long time, 25 years, February last month, okay? And I simply love this industry because I was taught this right here many, many years ago. And I do it all the time and teach it all the time. So here's what I want you to write in your notes here today. First of all, I want you to learn it. Second of all, I want you to do it. And third of all, I want you to teach it. Okay? Anything that you hear on these calls, these basic training segments, again, I want you to learn it. I want you to do it. And I want you to teach it. Here's the deal. You can't teach what you haven't done, and you can't do what you haven't learned. So learn it, do it, and teach it. Here's why. Because there's money in the teaching. There's money in the teaching. So you want to go out here, learn it, do it, and be able to become the perfect example and create the results now so that you can teach it to other people. So when we talk about the inviting process, most people invite wrong, or they don't invite at all. Why? Because they get scared. They feel like, their telephone is like a 3,000-pound gorilla. Matter of fact, you all can type in the chat box if you feel nervous and scared when it comes to inviting. Be honest, tell the truth, because I'm going to help you all here today. Okay? I got the chats going. I love this honesty. I love the transparency here. Okay? Because that's the start of it all. Guess what? We all started the same exact way. None of us were born, being able to professionally do this and have success right away. I mean, I'm talking about from the top of this company to the newest person in the company. We all started exactly the same way. But here it is. Repetition is the mother of success. Repetition is the mother of skill. If you keep doing it long enough and wrong enough, you're going to get it right. And you'll go from a person that has become bad, that will become good, that will become great, that will become legendary. So here it is. Own where you are, but let's get you to be better. Let's get you to be more successful. So here it is. Understand that this is where the money's made. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this, and you can write this down in your paper here today. All the money is made from inviting. All the money in this business is made from inviting. But I'm also going to say this right here. All the money is also lost when it comes to not inviting. This is the one part that you'll see when people tell you, well, I wasn't successful in network marketing, or I didn't make any money in network marketing. It's because of this right here. They never were taught how to invite, or they never did the invite. But if you see folks, like our diamonds out here, Jackie Pittman's, or Johnny Wimbrey, or when you see, Peter Hirsch, guess what? Professional inviters. Professional inviters. They've done it long enough. They've done it wrong enough. You just didn't see when they failed at it, and now you see the end results of them how they kept going. So again, all the money is made and all the money's lost. You're in this business to make money, so let's get you prepared to make a lot of it by mastering the invite process. So here it is. What you have to understand is all about how you package this. It's all about how you sell the sizzle, so to speak. Okay. I always teach, to people, when you're in this business, your job is to peak and pass, peak and pass, peak and pass. Your job is not to be the deal. We have presenters that can do that. We have third-party material that can do that. So you just want to be the one that piques the interest and pass it on to the next exposure. You want to be the one that creates the value, that creates the package around this great opportunity. So you have to know what it is that you have in the palm of your hand. You have to know that, guess what? Nobody right now that you know of has this information. So you have the golden ticket. You have the golden nugget. You've got that goose that laid the golden egg. So you want to make sure that you create the value. I'm going to talk about that here in a moment, that you create the value that this is the biggest and best thing or opportunity on planet Earth. So you have to know. You have to feel that. You have to portray that. You have to sell that. So it's all about in your packaging. I'm going to talk about posture. It's all about that. So what I want you to understand, though, let's be real. This is where most people break down. Okay. So you have to change your mindset. You can't have a poor mindset or a doubt mindset or a fear mindset and think that you're going to win. You have to flip the switch. You have to have a wealth mindset. You have to have a success mindset. You have to have an abundance mindset in order for you to win. So understand the reason for inviting. I'll tell you that here in a moment, but here it is. If you invite someone, most people think that when you invite someone, you're trying to sell them. No, we're not trying to sell them. Okay, we're not trying to sell them at all. The number one objective to inviting, ladies and gentlemen, is to get a decision. I want you to write that in your notes here today. The number one objective to inviting is just to get a decision, to move them to the next exposure. Now, I'm not going to train today on the exposure process, like going through the baseball diamond, right? I'm not going to train on that, but what I will train on is the number one objective is just to get a decision. So how are you packaging it? How much value are you placing on your business? How much value are you placing in you? Okay. You can't think of yourself as the same old you. You can't think of this opportunity as just another opportunity. You have to walk around with posture that I'm going to talk about here in a moment. But understand that when you're making that that invitation, and you're inviting that one person, don't think that you're just inviting that one person. Why? Because here's the deal. That one person knows more people that you don't know. They know more people that you don't know. They have a sphere of influence that you and I don't have. So you can tap into someone else's database if you make the proper invite. So here it is, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. What if that one person that you invited turns you on to 20 people in 30 days? And then those 20 people turns you on to 20 more people the next 30 days. And now you already have 400 people that just joined your business. How excited would you be about that? So you have to understand, all you did was invite one, but it led to hundreds. But understand that you may have had to invite more people in the process in order for you to get the progress. I call it a numbers game. I call it the law of large numbers. I call it the law of averages. So when you get the law of large numbers working on your side, or when you get the law of averages working on your side, that's how you're going to be successful. But you've got to play a mind game on yourself. First of all, you have to dream big. So if you dream big, you can act big, and then you'll get big. If you dream big, now you can do the activity that's going to allow you to get big. So here it is, based on what I'm sharing with you here today, this is what I had to do. This is what several people had to do. You have to play mind games on yourself based on how big your dreams are, based on, what motivates you, based on your why. You heard Mr. Haynes talk about your why. Your why's got to be big. Your why's got to make you cry. Your why's got to bring tears to your eyes. Your why's got to make you run through brick walls in order to get to where it is you want. All of that has to change inside of you. And here's why. If you want to be successful, successful people live outside of their comfort zone. Number one. Successful people play where the action's at. Number two. Successful people do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. So do you want to be successful? Okay. If you want to be successful, you got to get outside your comfort zone. They say your comfort zone is your broke zone. Everything you have right now that you have is in your comfort zone. You have it because it was easy to get. But everything you really want and that you really dream about is outside of that comfort zone. It is a reach away. You have to step out of that zone that you're in and go towards that success or go towards that dream that you want to have. So successful people put themselves in condition that allow them to win. Successful people have a successful mindset or a wealth mentality. So here it is. Like I said, you may have to play games with yourself. Okay, think about it from this standpoint. What if Mr. Buggs, the CEO of our company, the GOAT in the industry, the Bill Gates of the industry, okay, the Warren Buffetts of the industry, what if Mr. Holton Buggs said, you know what? For every person that you put on your list, I'll give you $100 just for putting them on your list. Name a number, name a number, name a number, name a number. How many people would you have on your list? Would you have 10? Would you have 100? Would you have 1,000? Just for putting them on your list. Mr. Haynes talked about the value of the list, about creating the list and grading the list. How many people would you have on the list? You probably have a whole bunch of them if you knew that you were going to get paid $100. Let's take it another level. Let's say Mr. Buzz came back and said, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to take it up a notch for you. What if everybody you called on your list and invited them, what if I gave you $1,000 each? How many people would you invite? Type in the chat box. I want to see some answers. Type in the chat box. I want to see how many people would you invite if you got $1,000 for every person that you invited, irregardless of what they said. Mr. Buggs just said, just invite them. Don't care if they say yes. Don't say if they can't. Don't care if they say no. Just invite. Right? Here's the problem with that. Yeah, you're probably saying, I'll invite everybody. I'll invite hundreds. I'll invite thousands, right? Well, here's the deal. You would do that because that's a guarantee. Right? Because Mr. Buggs gave you a guarantee, $100 for every person that you put on the list, $1,000 for everybody that you invited, whether they say yes or no, that's a guarantee. Let me tell you the disaster with guarantees. Guarantees is the language of the broke. Guarantees is the language of the poor. You don't want to operate your business or your life on guarantees. So here's what you do in the inviting process. Play that game with yourself anyway. Put down that list. Contact everybody on that list. And in the back of your mind, say to yourself, I'm getting $1,000. I'm getting $1,000. Matter of fact, you know what? Even if you have to, I don't care what kind of games, do something to get you pumped up and motivated about it, contacting and inviting. Matter of fact, guess what? Here's your phone. Take on the back of your phone, if you have to, $100 bill. So that way, when you're on the phone and you're touching that phone, you feel that $100 bill or you feel that $1,000 bill in the palm of your hands every time you make a phone call. Matter of fact, nowadays, they got these different, whatever you call them, these little cases that have money on them. Go get you a case and put money on it. So every time you look at this 3,000-pound gorilla, you see money. See, Mr. Buggs says this is your freedom tool. I call it a cash machine. You can call it whatever you want. I see money. Matter of fact, write this down in your paper. There's money in the phone. There is money in the phone. Give me that money, baby. Give me the money. There's money in the phone. You got to play mental games on yourself. Matter of fact, make your screenshot if you have to. Make your screenshot money. Whatever it's going to take to get you motivated, to get you excited, to get you to think wealth, to get you to think abundance, to get you to change the mindset on how to really go out here and make it happen. That's what you got to do. This is the first process of starting the invite. Your mindset is everything. Your mindset is everything.